Well, FN2 red Civic TypeR in the house today, and as you can see, it's got a few mods. It's got a hybrid racing fuel rail and gauge. It's got a nice M2 inlet manifold that Uncle Keith has painted in black. A HKS induction kit. We fitted a Jap Speed 4 on it. It's on a Ecutek twin exit system. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flash the stock ECU with an Ecutek license. That license is going to give us the ability to data log and tune. So let's get on with it. Okay, so red FN2, and we have completed tuning it. This is actually the next day, so it's morning time, and I'm here on my own at the moment. But we've got so much work to do. I thought I'd best get through this process and get this car back off the dyno. Now, as you know, at Dynodaze, we don't pull our punches, and we don't gloss stuff up, and we don't bump figures up. This car was a particular pain in the bum yesterday, from flat tyres to having to grind off dust caps that are corroded and seized on, to get it up onto the dyno, to hybrid racing fuel gauges leaking and not being very cool. Thankfully, we had a replacement for that. To injectors going down. And then tuning being, in my opinion, whilst Richard takes everything in his stride, in my opinion, difficult, because we wanted more power, but it does really look like the Ecutek system is what is holding this car back. Now, it's got a HKS induction kit, an M2 inlet manifold, a Jap Speed 4-1 DCAT, and it's got the Ecutek system. And we've said it before, the Ecutek system, it reduces down to sort of 2-inch at the tailpipes, and it can't breathe properly. But it's one of those cars, and it's one of those things where you got to take the rough with the smooth. Some of the YouTube videos that we put out are so awesome. The cars are so awesome, and this car's great. It's a project car. I know the customer didn't pay the world for it, and he's just making his improvements as he goes, and I think it's great value for money still, the car. It was one of those days where it gave us problems from start to finish, and it took a little time and a little effort and a couple of swear words, but we got there in the end, and we made improvements. So the map gave us all the technology that we always have, the switchable maps and things like that. and it made a great improvement in the mid-range, and I am convinced it will transform the car. But you know as well as I do, I've got an FN2. Sometimes you get fixated on a peak power numbers, because peak power is at peak revs, and if it's got a flow issue like a Ecutek exhaust, it isn't going to make the numbers. And I genuinely believe if this had the Tegua 70mm exhaust system on it, honestly, we'd be exactly where we expect to be with this car. But let me show you the power figures and let me try and explain what I mean. But like I say, it's early doors, no one's here yet, and I'm gonna unstrap the car and I'm gonna get us ready, because we've got lots to do today, and yesterday dragged on and we were here late. So let's go look at the figures. I can make all the stupid noises I want because Richard's in here. Say pew, pow. Okay, so as per usual, red line is as she came in. Now, bearing in mind that the red line shows the car after we fitted an inlet manifold and after we'd fitted an exhaust manifold. So then we made a run on the dyno, and that's where we were at. Now, the map itself has gained us in this area here and a little bit at peak. We've lowered the VTEC and raised the rev range out a little bit to 8.6. But here's where we didn't make as much power as I thought we were going to make. And I think that's literally down to the Ecutek exhaust system. I think we could have done better with more mods, but we always say that, don't we? We always say each car on its own merit, and we finish on 215 brake horsepower. And yeah, okay, so before tuning we're up, we're up from before tuning, but there's this thing in my mind where I want to see more power than that. But we don't have the ability to do that because it's just not flowing as it should. So, great car. And I believe that area here is going to absolutely transform this vehicle with the great switchable maps. And, you know, we've added some pops and bangs and stuff, but it was late and we didn't want to upset people. I think the car's going to go really, really well now. And I think the customer knows that it's a project car, and he's going to have great fun improving upon this. And he's got our help. He's certainly got my help. And he's got a great YouTube channel name, which is Fn2ube. So we're going to go and check that out. But he hasn't got any videos on there yet. But he will have. And this is going to be his project. He's going to do some YouTube, and he's going to improve upon this. Yeah. And I think I've pretty much, I believe we'll see this one again. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching this to the end of the video. I know you're missing our Richard, but he's not out of bed yet. So we'll see you on the next one, won't we, Richard? Yes, we will indeed. Ha.
Before, and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.